It's 9:46 on this Saturday morning. It is time for Imagine It. We have Carl Nelson here, the chief scientist at Imagination Station, and I'm seeing a leaf blower. It's almost that time, actually, where we have to start using those.
It is, actually. And there's some really cool science you can do with fast-moving streams of air.
Okay.
And so let me show you what we're going to try to do, and we'll talk about it. I want to get this ball to levitate in the air on a fast-moving stream of air. So let's see if we can do that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And so what's really cool about that is there's a fast-moving stream of air colliding with the ball, counteracting the force of gravity.
Okay.
But if you could nudge that ball really gently with your finger, nudge it back and forth, it's actually pretty stable in that stream.
Yeah, because I can do it a little bit. Yeah.
And in fact, what we could do, go ahead and pop it up there again, is we can actually take the ball and turn it almost to 45 degrees.
Oh, wow.
And it will still float in the air.
Yeah.
Something cool you could do at home with a ping pong ball and a hairdryer on cool setting.
Okay, yes.
Okay? Now, the physics behind this is really kind of interesting. In fact, we can do it with a bigger ball.
All
Let's
right.
do one more thing.
Get one of these from the grocery store, right?
And you can pick them up pretty much anywhere.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get this guy, which is a lot bigger.
I don't know. Oh, there it goes.
And you notice this guy starts to spin. Whereas the other ball pretty much stayed steady. So go ahead and catch that.
Got it.
So often, the physics behind this is described as related to the Bernoulli principle.
Okay.
The Bernoulli principle says for a incompressible, non-viscous fluid that is flowing quickly, there's a low pressure area, and that's what stabilizes the ball inside the stream.
Sure.
I've talked with several physics professors across the country this week, and they all pretty much say, you know, there's a little bit of controversy with that. It's not necessarily exactly what's happening. Air is compressible.
Okay.
When the air passes past this ball, there's lots of turbulence. It doesn't really quite fit the clearly defined Bernoulli principle definition. But one explanation they gave, which I thought was pretty cool, is that if the ball is in the stream of air and it starts to move sideways out of the stream, some of the air will follow along the curve of the ball. And the air, if it is ejected that way, has had a force applied to it. Newton's third law of motion says for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. The ball has to move this way. So if the air curves like that, the ball's going to go like that. If the ball somehow gets the air to curve this way, the ball's going to move that way. And that gives it the stability in the airstream.
Which I can nudge it then back and forth.
You can nudge it back and forth a little bit. And you could try that with a ping pong ball on a hairdryer. Now, the other thing we saw with this one is it started to spin.
Yeah.
Okay? Things get tremendously more complicated when the ball starts spinning and it drags air along with it. Right? Now, baseball players intuitively know that with aligning the stitching and throwing it in a certain way, you get the ball to curve, so you apply additional forces. So what appears to be a relatively simple, straightforward demonstration can be actually fairly complex in terms of the physics that's happening. And one other thing that, this is like just a really bad example, but a piece of paper, toilet paper, if you blow on the top, it looks like the toilet paper lifts up, right? Well, it does. It's not an application of faster airstream, lower pressure. It's just momentum transfer. The air is dragging the piece of paper up. And if I blow on the bottom, same thing happens. It's not the Bernoulli principle, so don't use that as an example. But one thing you could do with a roll of toilet paper and a leaf blower, right, is you could actually transfer some momentum and really get a whole lot.
I would say that works.
When you're done with your leaf blowing, you can blow a few rolls of toilet paper around. Try not to put it on somebody's house.
Right, and I was gonna, that would take toilet papering to a whole nother level. Don't try that at home,
But again,
right?
not the Bernoulli principle, more about momentum transfer.
All right,
but it's some fun you can have with a leaf blower.
Well, there you go. If you want to teach the kids a little bit of fun science, you can probably go out to the garage, have mom or dad operate the leaf blower, and have a little fun there. If you want to check out the Imagination Station, they are open today. And one thing that we have to note here, time is ticking. If you want to check out the Titanic exhibit, it ends and sets sail pretty soon.
It does on the 21st.
All right.
Come down and check it out. And today's Saturday. Lucas County residents 12 and under get in free with a paid adult.
All right, there you go. Carl, thanks so much for coming in. As usual, always fun here for Imagine It. From